Welcome back to WeRaceDiecast. We are at the soon-to-be demolished there and back track for its final run. Fear not, the plan is to rebuild bigger and better, so the track will be coming back at some point. Today we kick off round 2 of batch 2. Let's look at the series format real quick. We started with 72 cars and split them into 2 batches of 36. Each batch runs through 2 rounds of racing, and 8 overall move on to the final bracket at Clutch Mountain. Here's a quick look at the final bracket currently. You can see the 8 drivers from batch 1 who made it there. The drivers today will be competing for one of the 8 spots left in the final bracket. If you're not familiar with the there and back track, it is 18 feet there and 18 feet back. On the way back, there is a jump they need to navigate over that leads to the finish. Cars today will run in groups of 4, and only the winner will secure a spot in the finals. There are also 2 wildcard spots up for grabs, so if you don't win, there's still a chance to get in. Before we get started, show some love to our sponsor, Merch by Meekin. They provide all the signs on Clutch Mountain. You can take advantage of a 10% discount if you mention the Hatchbacks tournament, and if you're a participant of the series, you can get 20% off. Now let's get to the racing. We got 3 groups to get through. Let's meet Group 1. First up, we got Cookie Momster from DRT3K in the gold Subaru. Then we got B-Rad from Smith Family Racing in the number 8 red Audacious. Next is Janice Joplin from WeRaceDiecast in the hydro-dipped Mercedes-Benz. And finally, Dino from Silver Fox Racing in the white Honda Civic. Cookie and B-Rad in the front row, Janice and Dino in the back. Cars will rotate clockwise each lap so every car can start from each position. B-Rad in the red Audacious gets out front. Cookie spins sideways. Dino gets around. Janice takes a look as well. Close finish for 3rd. We'll have to take a look at the finish cam. Janice glides on her nose over the jump, able to straighten it out. And she does get around Cookie. Only 4 races to put points on the board. Cookie losing out in her pole starting position. Meanwhile, Dino and Janice taking advantage and moving up a spot. And B-Rad on top with 5. You gotta capitalize on your front row starts if you want to win in advance. 3 laps to go. B-Rad will get the pole this time. Dino on his side, Cookie and Janice in the back. Real close down the stretch. B-Rad able to break out. But Janice makes a move. Woo! We got another tight finish. Not sure who got it. B-Rad sideways over the jump. He does straighten out, but it slows him down, and Janice able to make the move. And Janice beats him to the line. B-Rad has got to be kicking himself for that one. And that's a big win for Janice, starting in 4th. B-Rad still on top with 8, Janice with 7, but will get front row starts for the next 2 laps. Whereas B-Rad will be in the back row. Dino only back a few points, still in the running, and Cookie back with 2. 2 laps to go. Race 3. Dino and Janice up front, B-Rad and Cookie in the back. Dino showing some speed, gets out front. Dino comes in for the win. Cookie now going for a pass. Man, these guys are fighting for it. Close finishes every lap so far. Cookie making the pass. Might be too little too late, but definitely still on a point from Janice. Can still make an impact here. Dino moving up to the top spot. B-Rad and Janice back only 1 point. This is basically a winner-take-all situation. Unless Cookie was able to get the win in lap 4. Either way, this one is close. Cookie needing a win and a triple DNF. We all know that probably ain't happening. Last lap, let's go. Janice up front with Cookie on the side. Dino and B-Rad in the back. Janice gets out front, and Dino tries making a move, gets rejected. Janice takes it all the way. All 4 getting some good air over the jump. That was a fast lap for sure. And there you go, Janice Joplin from WeRaceDiecast, making it today. Dino putting up a solid 13 points, B-Rad with 10, and Cookie back with 7. Remember, we got 2 wildcard spots up for grabs. Dino and B-Rad will be the first ones on the wildcard board. If you watch batch 1, their first wildcard driver had 13 points, and we had a 5-way tie for the second wildcard at 12 points. Considering that, Dino at 13 definitely has potential to snag one of the spots. B-Rad on the other hand at 10, well, let's be real, that's probably not gonna hold. We got 2 more groups coming at you. Don't forget to subscribe, and let's get to group 2. First up, we got Billy Zamak from Parrots Customs in the yellow Mercedes-Benz. Then we got Kate from KCLH Racing in the Queen of Spades Honda Civic. Next up is John Receiver coming in from Jack, John, and Katie Racing in the M&M Subaru. And finally, Rez from Rez Wheels Racing in the purple Ford Focus. Race 1, Billy and Kate will start up front, John and Rez in the back. Kate getting sideways but out front first. Woo, some nice air. And they slide through the finish. Kate gets the win. It's pretty much a drag race to the first turn here at the there and back, and they are long straightaways. So if you're out front, you are the quicker car, you can generally reach the turn first and get out front. It keeps things interesting because if you're in the back row, you have the potential to move into second before hitting the jump. After the jump, it's a slick landing, so you gotta be careful sliding around. You can easily get loose and fall back a few positions. Relatively clean racing in race 1, got 3 more to go. Race 2, Kate and Rez in row 1, Billy and John in row 2. Rez strong out of the gate, John trying to follow through, gets sideways, and Kate gets off the track. Rez way out front, picks up the win. John completely sideways with both cars side by side pushing him through the turn. Kate had nowhere to go but off track. Rez limps over the jump, John making a run but couldn't catch him in time. Rez jumps up top in the points with 7, Kate and Billy tied with 5, John with 4. We got our first DNF of the night that might come back to haunt Kate in the future. We got 2 more to go. Rez and John out front for race 3, Kate and Billy in the back. Rez again getting out front early. Clean over the jump, and Kate making a move on Billy. Woo, love it. Billy contacting John over the jump and getting on the wall, slows him down, and Kate just powers by. Back-to-back wins for Rez, and he is pretty much a shoo-in for the finals. As long as he finishes the final lap, Rez is in the finals. Kate and John back at 7 need the win regardless to either tie with Rez or score high enough to get a chance at the wild cards. Billy back at 6, pretty much the end of the road, but he still has dream-crushing potential for the other drivers. We got 1 more to go. John and Billy out front, Rez and Kate in the back. John again gets sideways, Rez goes inside, he gets around Billy, but John takes off. Rez finishing the race, securing his finals position. A strong performance by Rez with 15. He is moving on to the finals. John gets the lap 4 win, and at 12 points will be in line for the wildcard position, knocking B-Rad off the board. Don't sleep on the there and back track. It's not Clutch Mountain, but there is always some nice action going on. Stick around, we still got 1 more group coming right at you. Let's get it. Third and final group tonight. First up is Coop from Playworn Racing in the blue Ford Focus. Then we got Tim, another Jack, John, and Katie Racing team member in the Dunkin' Donuts Benz. Next up is Nick from Fanico Racing in the blue Subaru. And finally, Husky King from Irons Diecast Racing in the Honda CRX. Coop and Tim will start out front for race 1, Nick and Husky in the back. Tim out front early. And Tim brings it in for a win. Looks like Nick got hung up on the wall after the jump. Didn't catch what happened. Let's see on the replay. Tim will take the early lead in points with the win. Nick starting off with a DNF, second of the night. Not the way you want to kick things off. Looks like he gets his left rear tire hung up on the wall and just couldn't get unstuck. Let's see if he can recover. We got 3 more to go. Race 2, Tim and Husky in the front, Coop and Nick in the back. Tim again gets out front, Coop follows through, but gets shut down. Tim spins out and Coop goes for it. Another close one. He doesn't get there in time, but nice attempt. Tim now with back-to-back wins has a huge lead. In fact, all cars finishing in the same positions back-to-back. Nick with only 1 point to show for 2 races. I don't want to call it, but come on now. Not looking good. 2 more to go. Race 3. Husky and Nick in the front row. Tim and Coop in the back. Pretty close. Husky finally gets out front. Tim tries going on the inside. Some contact with Nick, and Nick flips over. Tim spins, and Coop able to get around both of them. Tim going for a ride over the jump, but ultimately Nick picking up the DNF. Nick officially out of it, just not his night. Only 1 point on the board. Tim with 12, a 3-point lead over Coop and Husky who have 9. You gotta be thinking about the wild card spot with only 1 lap to go. A win for Coop or Husky could put them high up on the list or potentially win the group. We got 1 lap to go. Let's see what happens. Nick gets the pole with Coop on his side. Husky and Tim in the back. Coop getting pushed by Tim gets out front, and some more contact between Nick and Tim. Oh, but he gets sideways, and Tim gets around. Not to mention that hit by Husky. Not sure who picked up second place. Looks like Coop held on to second, but what a missed opportunity. All alone out front, Coop's gotta be upset about that one. And Tim, nearly a clean sweep, finishing with an impressive 17 points. That's the second driver from the Jack, John, and Katie team moving on to the finals. Coop will finish with 12, and he's not out of it just yet. He's tied for the second wildcard spot. Still unfortunate to not pick up the win, which would have put him at 14 points and in the number 1 wildcard position. That pretty much wraps up the show tonight. Thank you guys for watching. Consider becoming a member of the channel, something we just started. Any support will help us to continue making content. Next week, the last 3 groups of Batch 2 will hit the track and we'll find out who our final 16 are. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you next time.